Welcome back, guys. We are going to carry on with Lacuna today. We'll get Red Dead back on the channel tomorrow. We're at the market now, by the look of it. So we left it off, as I was just saying before we got started here, we left it off with, let me see if I can remember how to play this game. We're chasing down the security company leads for the broadcast from the Liberators. Let's see. Yeah, the sheet. We need to figure out who's behind them, and we need to figure out, we believe, that was the guy's name, Moore, the partner of the security guard at the ad company, is probably behind this. That's right, we ruled out the owner, Cox, Mr. Cox, the owner of the Cox security company. They will secure your Cox. I mean, they will, sorry, couldn't resist. I've been waiting for the whole week to make that joke. No, I haven't. We know that he was at dinner with someone, so he has an alibi. It wasn't him, it must have been Moore. He's the only other person who had access to the card. Because apparently none of the other employees would have access. Anyone who wasn't assigned to this place doesn't have access to the locker that keeps that key card in. They just have 2 key cards. So whoever's on shift goes and gets one and takes it and goes on shift, and the other one's the backup. So we need to go and find this Mr. Moore and find out what he was doing. But then we have to figure out who's behind the Liberators. We got, oh, I keep doing that again, pressing that button. A list of companies, fuck, that we're gonna have to go through. These are all the Drovian companies that might be behind the Liberators. I can't remember, how did we get to know this? Like, what put it? I know Saito got this. Yeah, Mr. Gonzalez was the guy who was going to hand off the data. Know that he had a bit of a problem. Presence detector for the ad spot. Spam as well. This was a message from Boit, his comms device. Saito managed to get a message off of it. This was to Zora, who stole the data, so that's that. But yeah, I don't remember how we got this. Let me just have a quick reread of Saito's deal. Cracked the cell of a businessman, Abraham Gonzalez, found deleted messages extremely interesting. Someone hired him to fetch the data module to Gara. Oh, this is what led us to it, right. Whoever it was used a network called the Mercurius Network, which is a network only accessible to big companies. So they have to be publicly traded and count more than 10,000 employees, otherwise they can't use it. It's their own, you know, WhatsApp group, basically. That's what this is. It's their own WhatsApp group. And they moderate it to keep people off who aren't rich and powerful. This is a rich and powerful network, and it was sent from this encrypted network. So they're only accessible to the high-ranking executives of these companies. So we need to narrow down the company first, and then we need to find out which executive it was. Someone high up in a very big company, probably a CEO. Okay. Forwarded a list of all the companies in the whole solar system that match the criteria. So this isn't just Garan companies or Drovian companies. There's, you know, colonies on, there's Drovia Femus, that's a place we hadn't heard of before. New Joran as well, possibly. We know Milex Mining right there in the middle. A Garan Tylanium Mining Corporation. These guys don't want Drovia to get its independence, so if anybody's behind the Liberators, it could be them, but that could also just be a false flag. It's also interesting Norton Robotics is on here. We met the CEO of Norton Robotics. He was staying in the room just below the assassin. which I find really interesting. Like, why was she even there? She may have been staying there for the trade summit as well, but yeah, it's kind of weird to me. It's like, she's Garen. Wouldn't she just stay where she is anyway and not go to a hotel? I don't know. It's kind of sus. But anyway, we need to go find this security company, and we need to figure out what this Mr. Moore is all about. What has he been doing? Can I go through here? Oh, we're getting a call. Hello. Hi, Gary. Conrad, I'm having car troubles. I'll be there soon. Car trouble, huh? You should use public transport more often, and then it can break down on you instead. Save it, Conrad. This is literally the first time you've got somewhere faster than me. Dude, I got to the freaking Sakura Hotel before you did, I think. I don't remember. Maybe. While you're waiting, could you swing by the restaurant where Cox presumably had dinner and check his alibi? We asked them to send over tonight's surveillance footage. They said that their cameras is unfortunately broken right now. Seems to be one of those locations where privacy is part of the service. The restaurant is on the layer above the Cox office and the train station. Go upwards and take a left. You could have a chat with his wife if she's still there. Her name is Yvonne Cox. Roger that. See you in a bit. I'll give you a call when I have an ETA. Okay. Well, can I get some street food first? Hell yeah, street food. We don't need to buy cigarettes. We have many. Street food. I want a green bowl. Or is that a cream bowl? Is that green or cream? I can't tell. Apparently this guy sells bullets. Or liquor. Liquor in a bullet. It's an interesting combination right there. Can I go up? I can. I don't know what I'm doing all the way around here, but I'm just kind of looking around for shit. What is this weirdo with a tree doing? Dude, I cannot get past you. You're obstructing an official investigation here. Oh, this is the restaurant. Hey, I found it. Good evening, sir. Do you have a reservation? Evening. I'd like to talk to Yvonne Cox. Is she here? I must ask, is she expecting you? Really? No. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Sorry, but I can only let you in as part of a reservation. Neil Conrad, CDI, would you please lead me to Miss Cox? Will you please follow me? It's like, oh, here's my reservation for everywhere pass. Yeah. And that's why we keep negotiating with them no matter what Albert says. Miss Cox? Yes, who are you? Neil Conrad, CDI. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. CDI? What did I do to deserve your attention? It's about your husband, actually. Oh, well... Excuse me, Miss Conrad. Jacqueline Hendricks, attorney at law. Miss Conrad is my client. Oh, you happen to be just having lunch with your lawyer right now. That's interesting. You realize she's not obligated to give you any information, but it's okay, Jacqueline. Let Mr. Conrad talk. Would you mind if we stepped outside? I need fresh air. Yeah, you need to get away from the stench of a lawyer. I understand. Me too. Let me take my bobbling hairdo with me. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Jacqueline's a little overprotective sometimes. That's how you know a lawyer is worth their salt. No, it really isn't. Anybody can be blusterous like that. That just means they're full of, like, hot air. It's whether they know the law. Anybody can parrot what they saw on TV. We don't have to answer your questions. Don't answer that. Don't answer. I could say that all fucking day. Doesn't make me a good lawyer. You said this was about Albert. What did you want to ask me? I was wondering if you could tell me where your husband was around 6 o'clock tonight. We met here with Jacqueline at 5:30, discussed some business decisions over dinner. About half an hour ago, Albert got a cell phone call and excused himself. What time is it now? That does me no favors. Oh, that was us. Sorry for interrupting your dinner. Did Mr. Cox act strange in any way over the last few days? I have no idea. Last time I saw him before tonight must have been 2 weeks ago. Oh. Oh, this marriage is not a good one then. It's in trouble. Ah, Albert and I don't live together anymore. We have all but separated. You're getting a divorce? Maybe. That's why I'm talking to my lawyer. It would be very complicated for our business, though. I see. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for taking the time. So he was there until about a half hour ago after when we called, which we wouldn't have done until after we got to the site anyway, so... He was here the whole damn time. I'll be there in 10 minutes. But what about you? Did you talk to the wife? Yeah, she corroborates the alibi. Do you believe her? Yeah, they're getting a divorce. She could have thrown him under the bus if she wanted. Don't have the impression she'd lie to protect him. Their marriage is apparently more of a pragmatic arrangement at this point. Then again, though, if that's the case, she's like, oh shit, he did a bad thing, so it's gonna fuck my business up if I throw him under the bus. That could be a problem. I see. Listen, I got bad news. Moore's not home. He's on holiday, according to his wife. Let me guess, did he just go this morning? She said he went to Manami Tree Resort. Currently trying to confirm this and getting a hold of him. Why don't you go talk to Moore's wife, see if you buy that story. Saito says you're very close by. Funny how all these people live in the same area. Move up a layer or two and make a right to leave the market. You should find the apartment there. Come back down to Cox's office when you're alone. It's right near the train station. I'll be there in 10. It's alright.
On my way up to Moore's apartment, I walked through aromatic clouds of fried rice, fish, and mystery meat. I'd been
mystery meat? Hell yeah. Now I can get through here.
It almost surprised me to see that none of the platforms had collapsed in the years since. People were still selling the same junk, some of it probably stolen halfway across the planet.
Alright. We have to go that way, but I'm going this way first. See if there's anything we can look at. The answer to that is no. Alright, so... Anybody home? Yodelulu. Who's there? Agent Neil Conrad, CDI. I've already talked to your colleagues. I know. I'm sorry to bother you once more. You said your husband went on a vacation, is that correct? Why don't you come in? I mean, you left the front door open, so can I see your badge? Of course. A nice badge. I think it's a good photograph. James went to Manami Tree Resort. His flight left last night after work. And is there any way to contact him? He left his cell here because he wanted some peace and quiet. Where is it? Can I see it? What do you want from him? I do hope he's not in trouble. Why would you say that? Does he get in trouble a lot? No, not lately. Wouldn't everyone be worried about the CDI knocking on their door? Not lately. Does your husband have a criminal record? He's made mistakes some years ago and he did his time for it. And what did he do? Feels like something we could have Saito run down, but okay. His boss asked him to make a delivery of illegal substances. James got caught and his boss said he knew nothing about it. And who was his boss at the time? Not Mr. Cox, I suppose. Oh, it was Cox, alright. James was in prison for almost a year and went back to working for him. Yeah, because he was one of his longer running employees. The Cox might have been involved in this. He might have gotten someone else to do this to set Moore up, but why would he do that? He didn't hold a grudge at all. Let's say he didn't have much of a choice. It's hard enough finding a job nowadays, even more so with a criminal record. So he would actually be willing to do anything to keep his job, including go back to jail for his boss. Thank you, Mrs. Moore. That's all for now. If your husband gets in touch, please tell him to contact me. Here's my cell info. There you go. Do you mind if I have a quick look around? Look around? Well, why not? But please don't make a mess. I'm just gonna tip this table over and... Oxydanole, a highly addictive substance used in lung disease treatment. Interesting. Okay. How do I do this again? I use the triggers to move around, right. No, hey! What was that? What are you doing? I just downloaded news. Millex wins a 10-year court case. We should probably read this. Negotiations in the Hope scandal finally came to a close last Monday. Millex Mining had made negative headlines for almost 16 years ago when hundreds of employees filed a class action lawsuit against the mining giant. Many of them suffered permanent lung damage after allegedly being exposed to harmful gases over a prolonged period of time in the mining chamber dubbed Hope on Themis. A long, slow and expensive back and forth of appeals followed last week when the Interplanetary Court finally ruled the company would not be held accountable and not have to compensate the alleged victims. The conclusion is viewed by many as a great failure in the federal justice system. Neither the mining lobby's system-wide influence nor the Federation's interest in Millex's economic success are a secret, leading many to openly question the integrity of the court's decision. Corruption, you say? Terrible. Charges against Cox Security. This is new? Or is it? Are these old? 1838. What, It's currently 1840. These are old news articles. Right, these are up on the wall. I was just like, is this just happening? Because this is coincidental. I was already beginning to like see the conspiracy well deepen before me, like, whoa. But lung disease problems and then this. Did Moore work on Themis's mining colony for Millex at the time? What? And this is 1831, charges against Cox Security. Last week, a delivery van belonging to the company Cox Security was stopped as part of a routine traffic control. Police found an undisclosed amount of mind-altering substances stowed away under the loading area and arrested the driver on the spot. Facing charges of drug trafficking, the CEO of Cox Security has denied involvement and claimed the driver was acting of his own accord. If the driver admits fault, he's looking for up to 1 year in prison. That's what he went to prison for. Well, that sucks. What is this? A single plate in the sink. Looks like she had dinner alone. Okay, well that does corroborate that he wasn't here this evening. I have another question. Why did you frame those 2 news articles? They're important to James and me. They remind us of the things we shouldn't forget. Of things. I'm sorry, it's very private. Could I ask you to leave now? I'm tired and I need some rest. I see. I wonder if she's the one with the breathing problem. She might be the one with the lung problem then. Maybe she worked on that colony. Conrad, how'd it go with Moore's wife? He doesn't seem to know what her husband is up to. I looked around the place, though. Good. We need all the information we can get. I'm almost at Cox's building. Meet you there. Are you pushing your car?
Oftentimes in our investigations, the obvious solution would turn out to be the right one. People usually acted in accordance with their interests and their emotions. Whoever we first thought did it, they often turned out to have done it. With Moore and everyone else we had met so far, it always felt that we were at least one step removed from the truth. Nothing about this case was obvious.
There's one thing that's obvious about this case is that it's not obvious. Obviously. Okay. Well... Still not on the right level? Well, maybe. Do I get back to the train station? Was it this way? Oh, right, yeah. That's right. Hey, Gary. Conrad, we need to go up here. Cox has probably been waiting for us for a while. Yeah, I know you took your time, Gary, with your silly cars. Just get some public transport, my dude. What's with the shabby building? I thought this was a big company. It's just one of their bases of operation, apparently. Listen, Conrad, I got a call from the AG. She ordered us to arrest Cox. But we don't have any evidence against him. From the AG herself? Why, I thought we were just going to question him. Did you tell the AG we don't suspect Cox of starting the broadcast? I did, but I guess there's been a change of plans. Why does she want to arrest him? She said that we have a strong reason to believe he is part of the Liberators. Did she bother telling you what she's basing that on? No. No? We don't have time to waste, Conrad. Let's just go get him. Do you want to do the talking? I'll see if I can have a look around in the meantime. So they want him as a fall guy, which means she's part of it. She's covering for the real ones. Already seeing it. Conspiracies, man. Everywhere. Sure. I don't think he's gonna give us trouble, but keep on your toes. He's big in the security business after all. Are you saying he's put on some weight? Guys, sorry. Just needed to correct a thing over here. I forgot to put my extra tweet out with the link. A new thing I'm doing, and I keep forgetting to do it because I is dumb. Okay. Good evening, Mr. Cox. I'm Agent Long, and this is my partner, Agent Conrad. Good evening. I'm sorry I don't have more chairs here. We'll stand. I heard there was a break-in at Mr. Brown's watch. I didn't expect this sort of slip-up from him, and I apologize. We're not here for him, actually, Mr. Cox. You're under arrest. You're suspected of providing support for an interplanetary conspiracy. I see. Aha! Shit! Fuck! Oh, Gary, no! Shit, Gary! Put down the gun! You're surrounded by me! Get out of my way! You just shot a CDI agent. It's over, Mr. Conrad. Oh, please, don't overestimate your power. Shooting a CDI agent causes a citywide alarm. They're already locking down the area. No, you're bluffing. He's a security guy. He should know if these are really things or not. I'm not. This is your last chance to surrender. Fuck you. You won't get anything from me, man. Put down the gun and turn around and face the wall. Police, drop your weapons right now. Under control, officer. Stand down. Neil Conrad, CDI. I've got an agent down. Oh God, we're coming up. If we see a gun, we'll shoot. I'm a fucking cop, you assholes. Listen, I'm CDI. My partner was shot, needs medical attention from Mr. Cox, opened fire on us. We're coming in, no sudden movements. I will put away my gun if you keep yours pointed at him, okay? What's going on here? I literally just told you. You idiot cops. Did you spend all this time styling your hair? Jesus Christ. I bet it doesn't even bob up and down when you walk. My partner and I came to question Mr. Cox. He opened fire on us without warning. Show me your badge. See? CDI. So begin to shit yourself. My name is Neil Conrad. This is my partner Gary Long, and he needs medical attention. Keep an eye on this guy, please. He's highly dangerous. Let me check on my partner. Oh, okay. Oh, look who it is. Are these the officers from the... Oh, these are the officers with the old lady. She should know us. She should be like, oh, hey, it's that guy. Yeah. All right, Marquis, make sure that the building is clear. Call for a medical team. I'll keep an eye on the perp. Perp? Jesus, somebody's been watching too many 80s movies. Gary, come on and say something. I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank God I have bulletproof skin. Are you sure? I'm sure. I just hit my head when I fell. That must hurt. Good job nothing got damaged. Oh, thank fuck you're wearing your vest. Always when I'm in the field. I'm not! Dude, I left it at home. That thing itches. I see our friend is alive. It's going to be an interesting talk later. Fuck you. I'm not going to tell you anything. Oh, you will. I was not ready for that. Fuck. Neither was I. We need to be more careful. Looks like the AG had a point when she asked us to arrest him. I told you the higher-ups know what they're doing. Well, let's have a look around. There's probably something in here Cox really didn't want us to see. Yeah, like his gun, or his diploma. Received a prize from the DE grant some years ago. Don't you feel special? Is anybody gonna, like, claim his gun? Ah, you could have told your trigger-happy partner over there you already know me. We were just walking by and we heard the gunshots. Yeah, that seems likely. I was kind of worried these guys would start shooting us then and be like, shit, they're part of it. So there's a thing over there. There's nothing over here. Pinboard containing the work schedules and security information. Do I get to know what that is? Seems like it could be awfully important. Let's have a look. Is there anything in the clues? Pinboard. Have I got any clues missing? CDI HQ. I don't have anything from there. The place I know the least about is the place I work. What does that say about me as an agent? Alright, I see trash on the ground. He's been burning rubbish in here. Gary, check this out. Looks like Cox was destroying records. Think we interrupted him. Don't touch anything. I'll get a team here to salvage whatever's possible. Tell them to bring a lot of tape. Sounds good. What should I do next? Go home, take a few hours off, and let the adrenaline settle. Yeah, that sounds good. If you find out something about those drivers or the next attack on Mr. Moore, or Mr. Moore, I'll give you a call, but for now, go home and I'll let the chief know what happened. Copy that. Go take the next train. Don't tell me what to do. What if I want to take the train afterwards? I feel like there was one more clue. Wasn't there a fourth clue? There were 4 clues here. Yeah. He was destroying hard drives. And there was the certificate. I can't move my thing there. Okay, so we got one more clue to find. Leaving until I find that clue. Gotta find all the raging clues. Oh. No signs of forced entry. Hang on. So... Cox Security received a prize from the DE grant years ago. I don't know if we've come across that yet, but one of the companies is Dyson Enterprises. That's the other big mining company on Gara. On Drovia, sorry. They're the ones who want Drovian independence, though. So they wouldn't be part of the Liberators, right? Oh. Alright, folks. Show's over. Go home. Or to the market. I don't care where you go, but you can't stay here. Well then. So it turns out, Cox... I mean, we already know he's shady as hell, so he was involved in this. He must have hired somebody else. There was no sign of forced entry. So whoever came to take the pass from the safe didn't break in. They were let in, and it couldn't have been Cox. So yeah, but then again, we don't know yet till we see what else is in the office. What does the forensics team recover? Because the thing is, he could have just taken that key card and given it to somebody before he went to lunch. Nobody had to even come to the office to collect it. Either way, they couldn't have got it without giving it to him, and Moore couldn't have done it because he's gone away for a week, so turns out he's innocent after all. Hey, Neil. Hey, Kat, everything alright? No, Laura's disappeared. What do you mean disappeared? She went to that party. Let her go to that stupid party, but she promised she would be home over an hour ago. Have you called her? Of course, she's not answering. Okay, she's probably having fun and just forgot the time. But why won't she pick up? It's not like her. Well, maybe the music's too loud. Maybe. I'm sure she'll come home once she realizes you've tried to reach her. She won't want you to worry for too long. Alright. Hey, Neil? Do you want to swing by for a glass of wine? I'm on the train right now on my way back from work. I'm pretty tired. Is it okay if I swing by spontaneously? Yeah, of course. I'm sitting here waiting anyway. If I'm too tired to come and she's still not there in an hour, give me a call, okay? Okay. We're gonna end up in like a 24th type situation now where the daughter gets kidnapped to be used as leverage. We're gonna turn into Jack Bauer. So I could just... I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in anyway. Why not? Why go home? Hey, wanna go up on the roof? Yeah, why not? Haven't been up there in a while. It was one of the reasons why we rented the apartment, remember? Of course I do. Easy access to the roof. Always good. Clump, 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 clump. Getting excited about things is so easy when you're 24. I'm gonna offer a cigarette. You want a cigarette? I don't. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Still the same brand, huh? Yeah. I'm getting a little tired of it, but changing things about your life would mean too much work? Yeah, funny. Come on, it wasn't aimed at you. I'm that way too. Everyone is. How's life going? Okay, I guess. Yours? Same. I know it's silly, but I sometimes still wonder why it didn't work with us. There was a time when I was so sure we were a perfect match. I've asked myself the same a million times, and I came up with lots of different answers. We were too young for a kid, I was too focused on my new job, our place was too small. I wanted to find that one good reason to explain it to myself and to make sense of it. Honestly, I think that we were just bad at it. We couldn't stop fighting about the same small bullshit. And we kept hurting each other for no reason until we reached the point of no return. That's it. Maybe you're right, but that's sad, don't you think? Yeah. Don't worry too much about Laura. I'm sure she's fine. We should be happy for her that she's having a good time at that party. You said yourself she has some trouble fitting in with the other kids. Yeah, I know. It's just, I think about the shit I did when I was her age. That's probably why I'm worried about her. You turned out okay, and I'm sure Laura will too. She's smart. I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm gonna have to go home before I fall off the roof. If Laura isn't home in an hour, though, give me a call, okay? I will. Thanks for swinging by. It was nice to be up here with you again. I'll stay a little longer. What a throwback, huh? It was nice. See you soon. Clump, 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 clump. News. What is going on in the world? No news. None at all. Go on. Developments in Banny's murder. Drovia today. As previously reported, Drovian Foreign Minister. I thought it was like a trade minister. Foreign Minister. Jovian? Jesus, he's from Jupiter. Drovian Foreign Minister Joseph Banny was shot dead by an unknown assassin. We know who he is. Last night around 1:30. Attorney General Amelia Thorne, who she's totally a bad guy with a last name like that, announced this morning that the CDI has already arrested the suspected killer but did not elaborate on his identity or motives. Liam Campbell, chief of CDI's Terror Prevention Unit, which was in large part responsible for Banny's visit during his stay, is expected to make a statement of his own later today. Daniel Marav, Savian Prime Minister of Drovia's colonial government, called the murder an extraordinary failure of the Garan state, adding it was a scandal that Drovian politicians have to fear for their lives on Garan soil. Drovia today has already spoken to two key witnesses, Mr. Banny's personal bodyguards, Carl Smith and Lisa Morton. They were both present at the villa at the time of his murder. Oh wait, his own security were there and let him die as well, but let's bash us for it, yeah. Both are reported to have been treated respectfully by the CDI, and that the Garan authorities showed genuine concern and professionalism in the matter. See, we could have been a dick to them, but we weren't. And it's a good thing, because otherwise they'd be talking shit about us in the news right now. Then I'd be in trouble. Oh, there we go.
I met my own tired gaze in the glass. There were so many things on my mind. Laura's disappearance worried me more than I had shown. I thought maybe it had been the wrong call to let her go to that party. In hindsight, it probably wouldn't have mattered. And then there was Cox.
He'd have snuck out anyway.
I was curious about his explanation as to why he had opened fire on us. But mostly, I was glad that I hadn't had to shoot him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought, if I just shoot, what if we kill him? We get nothing. That's why I chose to talk. Oh good. I was like, oh no, is the sensor broken? Welcome, Mr. Conrad. Your visitor is waiting inside. Watch it be our daughter. Visitor? I'm not expecting anyone. Who is it? Your visitor is ID unknown. I didn't tell you I was expecting someone. Why did you let them in? I'm sorry. I do not understand the question. Stop, stupid fucking thing. I'll see for myself. Maybe get your gun out. Yes. There won't be the daughter. Did they at least feed my lizard? Oh. It's the Attorney General? Oh. I can't remember whether she was redhead or blonde. You can put the gun away. Who are you? You've got a nice place up here. This is gonna be Zora. Oh, I bet it is. Because doesn't her face look a little like the escort? You've got a nice place up here. They pay you well. Show me the face. Turn around. Okay. Lila? Yep. Who? Oh, right. My face. I don't like it, to be honest. You're the one who assaulted Lila. I'm Zora. Nice to meet you. Are you a replicant? You see a turtle walking in the sand. You flip it over. It's hot belly baking in the... Let's see what happens. No? Okay. I feel like her name is a reference to Blade Runner. Slowly put your hands up. Here to talk. Put your hands up, or I'll be forced to shoot. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You can make it. You can make your own decisions. Hands up now. Can we skip this part, please, and get to the bit where we talk? I'll count to 3, and then we talk. 1, stop. 2, we have your daughter. I should have led with that. Bitch. You what? We took your daughter, Laura. No, you're full of shit. I told you. We're Jack Bauer now. You can ask your ex. She's not at home. Wait, what? Where is she? Safe with us. You work for the Liberators, right? I have a record of your conversation with the man who shot Banny. Is stealing little girls really how they're trying to stand up for their ideals? You'll have to ask them. I don't know or care what they believe in. We're just getting paid. Or rather, we were supposed to, but then you showed up and botched the final step of the plan. Yeah, and who's we? The kind of people you call when you want a foreign minister dead. So you're mercenaries, what do you call yourselves? It wouldn't help you even if I told you, and stealing the chief's data was part of your contract with the Liberators, so you pieced that together already? Yes. It was kind of obvious. What was on the stick that made it so important? No idea. Wait, you don't know either? I thought you had the drive. I don't, and I don't think I can get my hands on it anytime soon. Who has it then if you don't? My superiors, if it still exists at all. That complicates things. I guess we'll have to move on to Plan B right away. Since the handover went south, the Liberators refused to pay us. We need the data to get our money after all. This is where you come in. If you figure out what the data is about, we might be able to locate it in the CDI database and extract it. I'll send you a private sheet to your cell. Submit it to us once you've found out. I will do no such thing. Don't be difficult. And hand me your cell for a minute, will you? Why? You don't need it to open a sheet? That's for something else. I need access to the CDI network for a moment. For what? To set up a backdoor for our hack. Why are you telling me all this? I could arrest you right here, but you won't. And I doubt that you could. I'm telling you this because we work together now. Better do your part, and the sooner our client pays us, the sooner you see your daughter again. If you do anything on my cell, they'll trace it back to me. Don't worry, I'll use someone else's credentials. Whose? Doesn't matter. Give me your cell. Yeah, but they would still trace it to the device. You know, like the device would have an ID number all separate to its credentials, right? So, yeah. At least tell me who I'd be throwing under the bus. Gary Long. They had his credentials? No, his job means everything to him. Seriously, the guy has no life. Is that really more important to you than Laura's safety? Come on, she's your only bargaining chip. I'll try to figure out what the data was about. That's gotta count for something. You're definitely not increasing her chances if you don't cooperate now. Fine. Please cover your tracks. Gary can't be fired over this. Thank you. Done. So that's it then. I gave you access and I'll tell you all I find about the data. We'll let Laura go now, right? I was tempted to say no deal. You know, and be like, you know, dead daughter, very sad, but let's catch these guys. Nah, we're not gonna be like that. This was just the first step. If you keep cooperating, you'll see her again soon. Please just let her go. She doesn't have to suffer like this. I'll help you any way I can, and you leave us alone. No, can do, sorry. It's not my call. Is this really what you want to do with your life? Murder and child abduction? I don't have time for this. We're done here. Answer my question. How do you live with yourself? You work for the CDI. Don't you kill and abduct people all the time? Spare me the moral relativism crap. I'm not a mercenary. Sure you are. CDI is trying to do the right thing. You do whatever the highest bidder tells you to. The right thing? What kind of childish nonsense do you believe in? You don't have to believe in anything to not be evil. Don't believe in anything in particular. And yet here you are, talking about good and evil, because we know what that is. We have an intuition for it. Bullshit. There's no such thing. We invented it. Oh, here we go. It's the old, you know, good and evil are just like, you know, totally relevant. It's like, I could just murder this baby over here right now. Does that really evil though? Yes. Fuck you, it's evil. No, look. See this lizard over here? He's my friend. He has never done anything evil. He can't. I don't know, the way he eats those worms, have you seen the look on his face? All animals just do shit for a while and then they die. Look, are you trying to keep me talking? You can't pretend not to care about anything. In fact, I know you do. You were separated from someone you care about. What are you talking about? Oh, Boyd, the sniper we caught. You care about him, don't you? You wanted to start a new life with him. Know that much. That was in their conversation. That's none of your business. But it's funny you mention him. Thanks to you and your colleagues, I won't see him ever again. Didn't you just tell me it was bad to put people away against their will? Dude committed a crime. Come the fuck on. Stop with this high school level debate team shit. My daughter's harmed nobody. Your friend killed someone and might start a war. Offer to deliver a message. Let's try and ingratiate ourselves to these, though. Let's make a trade. What trade? Don't try to fuck with me. I know he's never getting out of there. No, probably not. But I could deliver a message. What do you want in return? Promise me to keep Laura safe. Promise that I'll get her back when this is over. That depends on your actions, but I can promise that we'll actually let her go if you do work with us. Alright, so what's your message? Tell him the moon rises in the south. Oh no. What the fuck is this? Is his countersign going to be so please bring an umbrella or some shit like that? Okay. I'll be back with more instructions. Wink! I knew she was gonna Black Widow right off the fucking balcony like that.
As soon as the woman disappeared into the night, my facade slipped and I nearly collapsed on the balcony floor. I took out my cell with shaking hands and tapped on Laura's face in my contacts. Maybe. She didn't pick up. I resisted the urge to call Catherine next. I couldn't just tell her about what had happened. She knocked on my door in the early morning, but I didn't open. I tried to decide on a course of action, but I couldn't concentrate. My mind alternated between trying to remember my last conversation with Laura and conjuring up horrible images of her tied to a chair in some basement. Sometime later, my alarm rang. I got up to go to work, not sure if I was ready to talk to Kat. I must have stood outside her apartment for a few minutes when I finally made a decision.
And I like that it gives me that decision. I could just walk past, or I could talk to her. She deserves to know. Let's go tell her. Neil, where the fuck have you been? I've tried to call you a million times. I even came to your apartment. I'm sorry, Laura still isn't home. I've called her friends and nobody knows anything. Looks like she never went to the party. Shit, Neil, what do we do now? Listen, Kat. I could get her in danger, no. I know what happened to her. What? She was abducted. They took her to blackmail me. Sorry. What are you saying? Who? I'm not sure yet. Seems like they're a group of mercenaries involved in Banny's murder. No. They promise they won't harm her if I do what they say. How can you do that to us? Oh, I'm sorry. I just dangled her out the window and said, please take my child. I didn't. It's not like I allowed them to take her. Tell the CDI. Maybe they can find out where she is and get her back out of there. It's too risky right now, and I'm afraid of what they'll do if I find out I was snitched. And you think that the people who abducted children and murdered foreign ministers gives a shit about their promises? I'm still evaluating the situation, and I'll do everything in my power to keep us safe. What do they want from you? They want me to leak information about the case I'm investigating and the Liberators. But please, Kat, trust me with this, okay? I won't let them do anything to her. I have to go. Call you as soon as I hear anything, and you do the same, okay? Okay, I'll be here all day. Man, this got deep. So I wonder why they needed to get access to the network again brief. Like, she never said exactly what she was getting out of that, other than she needed it. Nope, news is further over here. Grab the news updates, see what's happening in the world. All this stuff could be relevant later. Banny's murderers speak. Less than 24 hours after Banny's death, an organization calling itself the Liberators has claimed responsibility for the attack. It was a scene right out of a movie with screens all over the Capitol playing a radical message. If you weren't there, this is what they said. We finally get a log of it. Hello, fellow citizens. We are the Liberators, defenders of progress, freedom, and reason. These values have been integral to our society for centuries, but lately they have increasingly come under threat. Religious radicals, calling themselves the Savient Front, are aiming to establish a theocratic government on Drovia. Savient faith is based on superstition and rejects science to the point where it endangers the lives of everyone under its thumb. We all saw 4 decades ago what happens when Savient state is left to its own devices. That's the destruction of the colony, which I still think was actually a bomb that was put there by people wanting it to fail. We can't let history repeat itself. We demand President Robertson end this madness now, put a stop to all independent talks and reinstate full Garan rule. We removed the radical Savient removed. I originally read that as renovated, the Savient. I was like, wait, what? And then it disappeared so fast I didn't get a chance to read it. We removed the radical Savient Joseph Banny to get it started. If you do not start implementing measures that meet our demands, more Savient lives will be spent to protect the future of us all. Savient populations on Gara will be taken hostage until the Garan population on Drovia is guaranteed its freedom. We must step up for them, or if its government won't. Await our next move within 48 hours. It won't be as silent as the first. So far, the authorities have not confirmed that the people sending the message were in fact involved in Foreign Minister Banny's death, or what the chilling announcement in the end might pertain to. Its claim of the Garan Gazette does not support this message and will continue to stand for togetherness and inclusivity in these difficult times. In these difficult times. Oh, hey Gary, how's it going? Still working here? Good, good. Morning, comrade. Hope you got some rest after yesterday's incident. Let me bring you up to speed. The chief said he's making an announcement this morning. Doesn't sound good at all. You're probably getting fired. But we'll see in a few minutes. We took Cox in for questioning. You can interrogate him later, but first you should talk to Saito. He's in our office and he has some intel on Moore and Cox for you. Okay, I'm on it. Listen, Conrad, I might have been a little, things might have been a little intense, or I might have been a little intense these past few days. There are special circumstances. You understand that, right? See, the thing is, how do they have his ID to begin with? This is the thing. Did they use his ID to steal the data originally? And if so, why hasn't it come back to him yet anyway? Sure, it's been hard on all of us. I gotta run. Talk to you later. That was a weird exchange. Him being like, oh, there's special circumstances, right? Like, yes. Tends to be when this kind of shit happens. Oh wait, is this our office? Oh god, he won't go down? Can't go back down now. Okay. I think this was our office here, wasn't it? No, this is the chief's office. There we go. Now it lets me go down. That was weird. Alright, Saito, what do you got for me? Ah, good morning, Neil. Saito, Gary told me you have intel. Indeed, I put everything on the pinboard over there. Let me give you a quick overview. First, I assembled basic information on James Moore and his wife. Second, I managed to pull their recent bank statements. Maybe you'll find something useful there. That's all I could get my hands on for now, but I've got more coming in tomorrow. And third, I took a look at the CV of the guy who fired at you, Albert Cox. Guess what I found? He's a Savient, and he grew up on Drovia. Oh, that's a surprise. I suspected he was working with the Liberators. Well, who knows? Still might be. What's also interesting is that he's changed his name 20 years ago. Shoot, we're running late to that meeting with the chief. Let's go. I'll tell you the rest on the way. Cox was born as Albert Bolton. His parents owned a big company at the time, Bolton Security Services. They were responsible for the safety of the Savient colony on Drovia. In Sector 2 that blew up 40 years ago? Exactly. Bolton Security was sued into oblivion over the incident, and eventually they went bankrupt. When Cox had finished school, he changed his name and moved to Gara. That's when he founded his own security company using some grant money. He was the fucking kid. At the beginning of the game, when we were playing the girl on the colony in the prologue, she went to to class, as in sitting at a computer at home, you know, in a Zoom call basically, and this shitty little fucking kid, Andy, I think his name was, spoke up and, you know, said some shit, and it was like, oh, he thinks he's a big deal for some reason. It's like apparently his dad is the head of security. Fuck. It was him. I knew he'd show up again. That little shitbag. That's when he founded his own security company using the grant money. Thank you, Saito. Great work as always. Oh, it's nothing. I just did advanced browsing. Before we go in, I need to ask, is everything alright? You look not great. No, get enough sleep lately. Thanks for asking. Of course. I think everybody's here. Let's start. Thank you all for coming. As many of you know, I've been working for the CDI for 28 years now. Oh shit, he's resigning? I've done everything in my power to defend the values of our planet that our planet stands for, and I've wanted pictures of Spider-Man for so long now. The principles of freedom, tolerance, and equal rights for everyone, and the justice of being guiding all of my actions. I have always been proud of our work and our commitment to the Garan democracy. Sadly, the path to justice isn't always clear, and we have to make difficult decisions. The murder of Joseph Banny has severely harmed the relationship between our planet and Drovia, and it puts the fragile peace in our solar system at risk. The Domestic Terrorism Division was charged with protecting Banny under my leadership. In light of our failure to do so, the Attorney General and I have agreed that the only appropriate response is for me to resign my duties at the CDI, effective immediately. I hope that the separatist groups on Drovia will consider this a sign of sincere remorse, and of our intention to make up for the damage that has been done. Excuse me. I've enjoyed working with all of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that each of you will find your way for fighting for justice. I will still be in my office today, and I think if there are any open questions or issues that you want me to talk about, successor will be announced by the Attorney General in the near future. Let me guess, is it going to be her again? Is she taking over again? Starting tomorrow, Agent Long will be taking over my responsibilities until a permanent replacement is found. Oh, damn. Well, he won't be there for long. Shit. Thank you and goodbye. Wow, I'm still standing there stunned. Everybody left and I'm just like, what? Okay. I've never liked that though when that kind of thing happens. Like, he wasn't responsible directly. It's like, why should he resign? That just creates more chaos, you know? The whole, oh, something bad happened and therefore I should resign. It's like, why? Fix the problem, for fuck's sake. That's my opinion. Alright, let's see. What have we got in here? I did not expect that. No, right? ... He's stunned. Well, let me... Jesus. What a day. Alright, that's enough moping. Check the pinboard in a moment. What a day, huh? That was unexpected. Fuck, I can't believe I'm standing in for the chief. Never thought they would pick me. I have to call my wife. I guess I'll be doing some overtime in the next few days. Don't you think it's strange that the AG just fired him? I gotta admit, she never really liked him. Maybe she was waiting for this opportunity. But someone had to get fired for Banny's death just for the optics, don't you think? Maybe, but the chief always did an excellent job. I didn't have to be him. I'm not thrilled about it either, but we should focus on the Liberators' threat. I don't want to start my new job with a string of terror attacks. Let's recap what we've got so far. Listen up, squad. Time for a little wrap-up. I suppose you're all surprised about it as I am, about the chief's sudden resignment. However, we need to focus on the Liberators and their plans now. Let's go over everything we've got once more. Drovia's Foreign Minister Banny shot last night by a sniper who goes by the name of Voight. Voight then went to see a woman called Zora. Seems to have been a deviation from their original plan. He convinced her to hand over the stick with confidential stolen data. The next morning, Voight met another man to hand him that data. Abraham Gonzalez, CEO of a Drovian company, Power Up. Right, they make batteries, right? So it seems to be all revolving around Tylanium. We were able to extract a deleted message from Gonzalez's cell, which proves that someone paid him to fetch the stick and send the data to an unknown address once he was outside the Garan network. This leads us to believe the data cannot be sent unnoticed via the web, which applies only to the best-kept secrets of the Garan government. We don't know who paid either of them. But this message to Gonzalez was sent via an encrypted channel on the Mercurius network. That means it's one of the higher-ups of a large publicly traded company. Don't know what was on the stick because we haven't been cleared to access it yet. Yesterday morning, an anti-Savient terror group calling themselves the Liberators publicly broadcasted a video in which they claimed responsibility for Banny's murder. They also announced a second attack within 48 hours. We're probably 24 hours away from that now. Their broadcast was sent from the AdSpot building. They operate all of the buildings across the city, all the billboards across the city. At the time the video started, the building was being guarded by Cox security employee. We have a reason to believe that the perpetrator was another employee of the same company, James Moore. His wife says that he went on holiday to Manami Tree Resort, but he never turned up there. Oh, I didn't get that bit. We are currently running a planet-wide search for him, but without success so far. The CEO of Cox Security, Albert Cox, opened fire on Agent Conrad and myself when we went to arrest him. Okay, so he could have still done it then. The Moore could still be the one who did this, and his vacation, he left, as far as his wife knows, then he was hanging around for a day to go do this. And then he's gone underground, or somebody eliminated him. So the CEO of Cox Security, Albert Cox, opened fire on Agent Conrad and myself when we went to arrest him. Why were you arresting Cox? It was an order from the Attorney General, and can you please come up to the upper floor so we can have this chat? Conrad convinced Cox to surrender. We arrested him and brought him in for questioning. He's been in the process of destroying hard drives before we arrived. The IT department is currently trying to restore what's left of the data. Do you think Cox is a key figure behind the Liberators? He certainly is involved with them in some way, but he doesn't have access to the Mercurius network. We have to assume there's a bigger fish behind Cox. Dyson Enterprises. I mean, he got the grant from them, I'm guessing. DE grant, Dyson Enterprises. He got a grant from a Drovian company. What's also strange is that he's a Savient himself. He grew up on Drovia. Our current priority is to prevent any further attacks. Colroy, I want you to support the ongoing manhunt for James Moore. Young, we brought some stuff back from Cox's office. Work your magic on it, let us know if you find anything. Saito, keep gathering information on our prime suspects. Conrad, you should check whether you can establish a motive, why Moore would support the Liberators. Take a look at all the evidence we've got, including the information Saito put up on our PIM board. You should go and have a chat with Cox. We brought him up to the interrogation room in the basement. Roger that. We also brought our sniper in for a second round of questioning. You could give it another try and see if you can get something out of him. Gonzalez surrounded himself with lawyers, so it could be a while until we can interrogate him again. That's all for now. Come back to me when you've got something. Maybe we should go and chat to the chief as well about this, but let's have a look at this pinboard intel. Ooh, bank statements, okay. So this was for, Moore, right? Yeah, there's his salary. Let's see. Payment for Vival Pharmaceutical subscription rejected, insufficient funds in account. Okay, so is unable to pay medical bills. Got a bar. Cybernetic implant planned maintenance, pharmaceuticals. It's like a weekly fee. Jesus. 200 Bulgarian dollars, I'm guessing. Driscoll's grocery store, Cox security service, compensation maintenance. So he's getting compensated for his cyber implant maintenance. Herman's bar again. So likes to go for a drink. Groceries again. Then he couldn't pay the subscription. It got charged back. Emmy's baby depot pregnancy test. Oh, is the missus pregnant? Got paid. What? He had a pay jump from $600 to 10 grand, and then he was able to pay his medical fees. Wow. That was on the 1st. Okay. This is April salary. Wait, so we got April salary twice? Because he paid bi-weekly or something? This is the guy. So his place of birth was Femus, married to Evelyn Moore. Resident on Femus, and then moved to Gara. That's it. Junior secretary, security professional for Bemel Security Agency on Femus. Senior security professional for Cox Services on Gara. Fined for bodily harm, fined for attempted theft, 6 months in prison for transporting illegal substances. They said in the news article, though, he could have taken up to a year, so something was worked out for him. So he's got a brain enhancement, resistance against mind-altering drugs, extended field of view, and reaction augments, short reaction times, increased hand-eye coordination. Interesting. She was also born on Femus. Moved to Gara with him. So, yeah, there we go. Mining professional for Millex. Hope Complex on Femus. Fined for petty larceny. No cyber implants. So they got married on Femus, by the look of it. 1820 and then 22 is when they moved to Gara. So she is the one who has the breathing problems, and that must be the medical bills that they're paying. Vival Pharmaceuticals. Right. What a day. See if we can find out Moore's motive, yeah. And you didn't expect this. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody inspects them either. Let's go talk to the chief. See what his deal is. Is there anything in his office I can quickly snoop? No snooping allowed, apparently. Okay. Chief. Hello, Conrad. How can I help you? I just wanted to say goodbye. It was good working with you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I have to admit, I'm surprised by this decision. It's not like you could have done much more to protect Banny. Oh, come on, Conrad, we both know that doesn't matter. Heads need to roll for this. Chief. Why did we arrest Cox? I mean, it looks like it was the right call, but we didn't know that at the time, and why didn't you give us the arrest order yourself? AJ didn't tell me why she wanted to do it, so I refused to give the order. That's why he's gotta go. He's not playing ball. Not running the script. So you don't know either? No, it seems like it's classified, same as the information on the stick. I see. Chief. She fired you for that then, didn't she? I overheard your conversation yesterday. Why are you telling me this? It didn't sound like you were arguing about Banny's death. You're aware that you can be suspended for eavesdropping on your superiors? You're not my superior anymore, so go fuck yourself. No, hang on. In fact, it seems like you were suspecting the AG of something. Is that the real reason she wants to get rid of you? This one is out of your league. Just respect the chain of command. I see. I have to go pick up my things now. I wish you all the best for your career in the CDI. Thank you. Your cell contacts haven't changed lately, have they? Haven't changed in years. Good. In other words, I'm gonna call you later and we'll go get a drink and I will fill you in. Yeah. Okay. Can we go anywhere else in this place other than the conference room? Like, it's over here. Can't go up. That guy's blocking the stairs. Okay. No, dude, you can't come in here. Hi, everybody. Just going to invade your workspace. But there's nothing you can really look at. Alright. Well, we know they've got some medical bills. We know it's because the wife has some kind of breathing disorder, and we know he should have spent a year in jail but only got 6 months. Are we gonna pressure Cox into getting this? Which? Can we not go to the other one? No, okay. We can only do this one first. Hi there. Long time no see. What's up, Boyd? Still not the talkative type, huh? Okay. Did we just turn the camera off? I think we just did. Okay, listen up. Things have changed since we last spoke. I've turned off the camera so we can speak freely. Your people have kidnapped my daughter to extort me. Last night your friend Zora came to my home to talk to me. But don't get your hopes up, it's about money, not your freedom. Gave me a message for you. We're gonna play this right. What message? I'll tell you if you help me with Laura. You're bullshitting me, I'm not. What exactly do you want me to do? Looks like I'm pretty much locked up in here. Who are the guys that you and Zora worked for? Both know I can't give you any details. We're mercenaries, that's all I can say. Where do they keep Laura? No clue. We have a bunch of hideouts in the city and the whole solar system, actually. I don't even know all of them. In the whole, that's a pretty huge organization you're part of. Not just some thugs, we're professionals. You want me to help you? I'll give you one piece of advice. What did they tell you? If I do, I will get her back. Will you keep her end of the bargain? Why are they blackmailing you? People who asked you to shoot Banny won't pay them because we prevented that data handover. Now they want me to help them get the data back. I see. You said you had a message for me. Moon rises in the south. That guy I met at the Joris Plaza, he was pretty sure he got his assignment from someone in the Tylinium business. I kind of wondered if that code word was like a, hey, if you just answer some questions for this guy. Give him the details. Because it's gonna help. I mean, if we don't know enough, we can't help them get the data that they want, right? So I have to know more. You mean Gonzalez, the man who brought the storage module? The guy who's in the battery business? The battery business that is funded by the Tylanium industry? Color me shocked. Yeah, that's his name. Maybe that'll help you somehow. Thanks for letting me know. Could you tell Zora that the sun sleeps in the north? I will. Fine. Good luck with your daughter. I like that it still gives me the choice to not give him the message, you know? I could have tried to bluff him. Alright, now we can go and talk to this asshole. Oh, I heard you were a real dick in school, huh? Good afternoon, Mr. Cox. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm waiting for my legal team. You fired at my partner and me. Care to explain? You're gonna need a big fucking legal team for shooting an officer of the law. Come on. Probably don't need to tell you didn't make the best first impression on us. Your behavior and your company's involvement in yesterday's broadcast, making it look like you're somehow involved with the Liberators. A quick look at your biography showed that you are a Savient. And you grew up on Drovia, actually. It doesn't make sense to me you'd support an anti-Savient terror group. 25 years ago, though, you moved to Gara. Why? Sometimes life forces you to do things we don't want to do. You don't like it here? I don't. Why not? Why don't you ask that yourself and your fellow Garians? You consider Drovians your enemy and the Savients are backward radicals. If you have the choice between hiring a Garan, or a Drovian, you hire a Garan. All the missions we ever get come from Drovia. All the missions? So why haven't you gone back there then? Because my compatriots are happy to have a reliable partner for their companies here on Gara. We escort their goods. We offer them personal security. You name it. So the drug movement was probably also to do with the Drovians. Your parents had a security company as well, didn't they? It was responsible for the security of Sector 2. Looks like it didn't do such a good job with Sector 2 blowing up and all. You know nothing about my parents. I've already said enough. I'll wait for my lawyers now. Leave me alone. Alright, fine, I'll leave you alone. Billy No Mates over here wants to be left alone. Alright. Didn't really tell us anything useful though. That's the ongoing one with the data. We need to figure out who the Liberators are. I really wish it would like blank out the ones that aren't ongoing anymore. But I guess they're always at the top, so... So far, my working theory is this. Now it's all of them as well. Dyson. Based on Drovia. They're mining. They specialize in Tylanium. That's what I'm going with so far for that. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Unless they're doing false flag shit, you know, to try to whip up their own people. But the data, let's have a look at what the choices are, is about the Walloris abduction, the Ballora incident, a Savient attack, this... Oh, it's gonna be about the Sector 2 incident though, isn't it? The Hope Scandal? I don't think that has anything to really do with this. That's already out in the open, known about. It's going to be about the Sector 2 incident. Because in the prologue, when we were playing the kid, they went and had a run around with a friend first, and they went to the edge of the mines, and it was like, look, see, and there's these boxes with Garan flags on them, and it's like, wait, why are we getting supplies from the Garans? Aren't they our enemies? And she was like, no, we trade with them, duh. Don't fall for that nonsense. And it was like these boxes were clearly there to be taken into the mines. Bombs. Pretty sure. It took place... 1822? 1800. There we go. On... Drovia. That's my guess for now, but until we have enough info we can't submit this anyway. And Moore's motive is likely nationalism. He obviously feels strongly about Savients and Drovia and the fact that, you know, Garans look after Garans and he doesn't like it. His sick wife, because his wife isn't sick, have a drug addiction that we're aware of. Gotta be his nationalism. By sheer process of elimination, these two are just completely left field. It's gonna be that. I'm gonna leave it there for a moment, though. Let's see what this email is. New apartments. I don't need new apartments. Not right now. A luxurious interior with 2 or more rooms. Ooh, 2 million? Yeah, housing prices are nuts. Jeez. Alright, so, that all we get then? Do I have all the clues for this place? Two more clues out here. Second. I just got a text from Shy. We're heading out this afternoon after she finishes work, so I'm meeting her at my in-laws. Apparently we're having dinner there as well. I don't need to cook. Yes. Backup plan though was go get burritos, because burritos are amazing. God, this is such a weird... with the controller, this menu is very cumbersome. We've got 2 unknown bits of intel still. Kind of feel like we need to look around for all of that. It's not going to be anywhere like in here, so... Alright. Seems to me his nationalism is his thing. Let's just go back over the log with him. Let's just look at everything. Interrogating cop. Fired at my partner. Life forces you to do things you don't want to do. Doesn't like it on Drovia. He doesn't. Doesn't like it on Gara, sorry, he doesn't. Ask fellow Garans that. You consider Drovians enemies and Saviants as backward radicals. If you have a choice between hiring a Garan or a Drovian, you hire a Garan, so he feels that they're basically treated like second-class citizens here. But all the missions he ever gets come from Drovia, like he doesn't get any jobs. Which isn't really true, because surely the advertising agency is a Garan company. They hired them. Compatriots, the fact that he calls them the compatriots, come on, it's nationalism. They're happy to have a reliable partner for their companies on Gara. So he's operating this here because, you know, he's in a position to screw with the Garans. That specifically seems to be his reason for being here. That's what that tells me. Alright, I'm gonna submit this then. I'm pretty sure, like, we have, you know, the sick wife... Oh wait, no, this is Moore's motivation, not Cox's. Hang on, yeah, it is his sick wife. That's Moore, not Cox. Man, I almost screwed that up. I'm getting the 2 characters confused. Why are we worried about Moore's motivation when Cox is the guy involved? I mean, again, Moore could be involved. But yeah, he clearly has a sick wife. Okay. I'm glad I double-checked that. Let's submit it. Moore's motivation. No. Sick wife. There we go. Boom. Alright. Conrad, I just read your sheet on Moore. Looks like a motive can be established. You should pay the wife another visit. She didn't seem to know anything about yesterday. Yeah, maybe she'll tell you more if you confront her with her husband's motive. Roger that. See you there. Alright. The new news? Nope, no news. It's way down.
Once again enveloped by the smell of the market, I thought back to the man I had been when Kat had brought me here. How did it all go so wrong? Deep down, I knew the answer. I was just too scared to commit to my family. It was so much easier to care about something that didn't have to like you back. That wouldn't go away if you didn't want it to. For me, that was my job.
When I look at cop security again.
Protecting myself like that only made it hurt so much worse. Now that Laura was out of my reach, the pain of being separated was only amplified by the knowledge that I had missed so many opportunities to be with her.
Apparently we can't. Alright, so she was right at the very top level, right? That's the restaurant. We don't need to go there. Yeah. Hi, I'm just gonna let myself in. You hope you don't mind. Hello, Mrs. Moore. Oh, it's you again. Hello. Sorry to disturb you a second time. I need to ask you a few more questions. Still after my husband. I told you he's on vacation on Themis. Isn't. We checked the ID scanners at all the spaceports on Gara and Themis. He never even left the planet. You must have overlooked something. Listen, I love James, but he's not a... He's just a poor devil. Shouldn't the CDI be taking care of the big fish? James isn't one of them. I think you're underestimating your husband. He might be about to make a grave mistake. Did you see the Liberators video yesterday? It was hard to miss, yeah. You have reason to believe your husband is affiliated with them. Seriously. That's what you came up with? You might have sold drugs or started a fight once or twice, but this is completely out of his league. You did research and it seems like your husband has a strong motive. He's been paid for the attack, and he needs the money for your medication. It's true, I suffer from a lung condition, but we've always managed... No, if you haven't, you nearly bounced on a payment. If he carries out this attack and we catch him, he goes to prison for life. If we get him before the sentence, it will be getting before the sentence will be significantly less severe. I doubt that. Did you also find out how I got my condition? I was a miner at the Millex mining facility on Themis, and of course Millex is the Garan company. So this is a reason to hate Millex and hate Garans. Turned out I was inhaling harmful gases for months every day. The bosses knew about it. The money was too good. Hundreds of people's lungs are irreversibly damaged. You know what? Millex got away with it. They were cleared of all the charges. No compensation at all. We have to pay for our medicine ourselves. Why are you going after my husband and not after the people like them? Look, really sorry for what happened to you. But there's nothing I can do about that right now. What we can do is stop your husband from doing something really stupid. We have a reason to believe that he's involved in an imminent terrorist attack. If there's anything you didn't tell me, I need to know right now. What happens if you're right and you catch him? He would probably go to prison for a few years, but it would be much worse if we caught him after the fact. I saw a message on his cell before he left. It was a booking confirmation from a hotel, but it wasn't on Themis. It was the Korean hotel here on Gara. I thought he might be cheating on me. He booked it up until tomorrow, right after the attack. Thank you, Mrs. Moore. You've been very helpful. I promise you won't get hurt. He's an idiot, but he's a good guy. Please, I need him. I promise to do my best. And I'll try and protect him. Listen, I'm pregnant. Yes, I know. Congratulations, by the way. If he's about to do something stupid, just remind him of our unborn son. That will make him consider his decisions. I will. Thank you for your help.
The Korean Hotel. I didn't even need to look that up. It was directly next to the Grand Church at Korean Square, one of the most important houses of prayer for Saviants here on Gara. It probably would be crowded with believers and tourists tomorrow morning. No doubt it was the Liberators' next target. The rush of making progress in the case only lasted a few moments, until I realized that now I had to make a tough decision. If I told Zora about the target, I couldn't tell the CDI, and vice versa.
Thing is, Zora doesn't want to know about that. She just wants to know about the data, right? That's all she wants to know about is what's on that data stick. Oh. Speaking of... Oh, hey, Buck. Startled me. What do you want? Checking in with how your investigation is going, but not here. It's too crowded. Follow me. Come on. I know a spot. Funny she knew to catch us here, huh?